Good morning.
Good
Hey,
morning.
how are
How's
you?
everybody doing? I'm doing great.
Cold.
Yeah, it's somebody left their AC running outside, I
Yes,
think.
it is crazy. It's always a fun time of year with the boots and the coats and all that, right?
Man, just tell you right now, it takes me an extra 10 minutes just to
Yeah.
get out the door.
New year, a new board.
Yeah.
JPS new board sworn in.
Yeah,
You swear 'em in?
we
Is there
do
like-
swear them in. They come in and we do it ahead of time in the office, and then we do it kind of ceremonially at the meeting. But so we've got it's really a board appreciation month around the state, and it's hard to say thank you to folks who volunteer their time and we get to celebrate sometimes, and at the same time we also have to we get the heavy lifting. Give a shout out though if you see these folks out in the community. Marilyn Acton has been a tremendous board member for the last couple of years. Derek Dobies has been on for a couple of years, and we're thrilled to have him. Give a shout out to Keisha Hamilton and Shalonda Hunt if you get a chance to run into them. Sue Beretti joins the board as one of our newly elected board members. Elena Sharp and Cheryl Simonetti is returning to the board. She didn't get enough punishment the first 6 years, so we're going to bring her back for another round of abuse.
Awesome. I know Sub is excited. Him and I have coached together. I've coached some of his young kids,
Yep,
and he's
absolutely.
very excited, very passionate. MLK Day, and JPS, along with really our entire community, does a wonderful job honoring Dr. King.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice weekend. I know we've got tables. We've got some kids that'll be out at the chamber event, and so that should be a really good time. It always is, and so it'll be a good opportunity for our students to engage with community leaders and hear a real positive message moving forward. So lots of things going on, and of course, again, big shout out to Lee Hampton and his success with the MLK medal. So super happy for him as well.
And then Monday is a federal holiday, so no school on MLK Day. It's that time of year. Parents and teachers are getting together to talk about the kids.
Parent-teacher conferences, secondary level. So you end up with Jackson High School, Pathways. Their conferences are coming up. They're in the field house at Jackson High. They start at 4:30 to 7:30. And then Parkside has theirs as well in the field house. Same time, 4 to 7. So tomorrow, if you have a child at JPS in the upper grades, that's 6 through 12, hopefully you'll come down and check in and put a touch point, get to see your teachers again. I always encourage that communication if you don't know, and now's a good time before the year gets ahead of us, right? Yeah. We're auditing all of our seniors to make certain that they're going to make it across the stage come May, and certainly we want all of our kids to kind of finish strong. And it's weird that we're talking about that in January,
Right.
but this is the time where we kind of get ahead of those things.
I always hated parent-teacher conferences.
Me
But you
too.
never went. You never went, Mom went. You never went, did you?
I was, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think
You're
so.
not there. You don't remember because you're not there.
Right, but
Yeah.
I just don't remember you both
No.
coming home and speaking to
I
me
tried to
about
build-
it. I remember just my mother.
Our parents have a lot more access than they did back in the day.
That's right.
With our Power School, they can reach into the app and they can see their students' attendance, which would have been bad for me when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
If my parents got attendance
Missing
notifications,
assignments, all of it, right?
yeah, it's all there, and so and the ability to communicate with the teachers right there in the app. So it's a little different. They can see the grades in real time, and but it's a great opportunity again. Kind of what can I do to help my student? And we've got after school tutoring at every level, and so if your child is struggling, this is a good time to make certain that we're getting them into those supports to be successful.
I remember one parent-teacher conference, we were admonished for allowing you to make a model of an Egyptian pyramid out of sugar cubes on a piece of shirt cardboard. Do you remember that?
I do. It was a fine project. It was a group project, and I'm still friends with my partner to this day. We got a B. Tell me about Safety Tech Night, and this sounds like something I want to go to because
Yeah.
I can't get enough information. I have a young child.
We're-
We got to be safe.
We're doing a lot more. Really, our parent liaisons are doing a tremendous job, but we're doing a lot more trying to run classes for parents to be able to work with their kids. And over at Parkside in the Cafeteria and Media Center on January 28th at 6 p.m., you see the flyer up here. Sign in, welcome refreshments. Again, when you think about where your kids are at, and lots of times we hand our kid, this $1,000 phone and say, hey, here, entertain yourself or be safe out there. And they get into, whether it's social media or some of the chat rooms that are out there. And even some of the threads or some of the YouTube videos that they follow can be concerning. I remember with my son, he's cracking up because, of course, he's following some YouTuber and he wants to show me this video that it's got. And it's ostensibly, hey, look at, I'm doing a Lego build, right? And my kid's big into Legos, so he's doing a Lego build. And he's doing this Lego build and he's talking through the whole thing. And then in the middle of this thing, he kind of talks about his sponsors, as these guys do. And all of a sudden, I'm listening to a message that's not jiving with the message I give at home. And so very cautious on where your kids are at, on what they're paying attention to, on vetting that that information that's out there on the internet. And so a good opportunity for parents to just become aware, to take a look at how different folks or how our students are touching the real world and how the real world can touch them if they're not careful.
You should get Jordan Ginsburg for your morning show
I should.
podcast.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be good. Congrats to the Vikings last night.
Yeah, win over
Pinckney. Yeah, that was on JTV. So that was a fun game.
Thank you very much.
Very
for
very
covering.
fun. We love getting out. I think we're going to be out there in a couple weeks as well as I think rival Chelsea comes to town. So hopefully you can wipe the floor with them when we're there. They're pretty good.
They're a pretty good team, no doubt about it. But we have fun, and it's a good atmosphere. It's a good time to come down, and I hope that folks will continue to come out and support, even if it's cold like it was.
That's right.
And we've got a little bit of colder weather moving in, right? So you always got to be careful about that. I always get asked, hey, how cold is too cold? When
Right.
why are you guys so soft if you guys are going to close school and things like that? Countywide, this is something for everybody, no matter if you're a JPS student or not. We close school at that minus 20 feels like. So if it's that threshold, that's our line. And it really, it's dangerous if you're out in the cold for any extended period of time below that. And so we kind of follow that threshold. And for me, if it's going to approach minus 20, I'm probably there. So, if it's going to definitely get beyond that minus 15, 16, and it could be minus 20 someplace, I don't tend to horse around with it. But minus 20 is our countywide threshold, so people can understand what that might look like.
Make plans for the ambassador auction that's coming up.
Yeah.
March.
Less than 2 months away.
March 7th, it's coming very quickly, and opportunity will be obviously to participate online through the app and then also in person, and so we're hoping to see folks come out. It's a great opportunity to hear about our valedictorians and some of our scholarship winners who are earning trade scholarships or earning some of those other scholarships. There's a lot of money that gets given away, and that money gets generated and earned through events like this Ambassador Scholarship. So you'll see those corporate scholarships come in. You'll see, and those applications are up and running, and so I'm hoping folks are applying for those as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great to see you, Jeff. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Jeff.
It's great to see you guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Jackson Superintendent Jeff Beal. The morning show continues after these words.